Hi, and we're back. TAKful Creator here. Okay, let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, grace, and guidance watch over us and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe. Okay, so I think we're gonna do some Would You Rather cards. Yep. Wild card. I think there's our 3. We can take this time to kind of deduce some really tricky questions, okay? So there were 2 cards that fell out here. 3, 4, oh my gosh, 4 cards that fell out here. Okay, so I'm gonna leave those there for now. These are the 2 cards that fell out. Let's just do 2 simple ones, right? Would you rather fight to the death, 50 remote control planes, or 1,000 hamsters? Okay, so here's the difference between something that is animalistic, that will go based on their natural innate senses, right? Or 50 remote control planes. Well, who's controlling those planes, right? If they're controlled by people, that means that there is no unanimous thinking there, if you get what I'm saying. Yes, the overall goal is to fight to the death, but how the 50 planes are going to attack this one individual will be different in 50 different ways. Whereas with 1,000 hamsters, right, 1,000 of these hamsters are all doing the same exact thing. Okay, so if we're really talking about death, you're like 1,000 hamsters for 50 remote control planes. How large are the planes? Yada yada. A lot of people might go with the first one, but it says fight to the death, right? 1,000 hamsters. Would you prefer killing 1,000 hamsters, or would you prefer slaughtering 50 remote control planes? And what is death? What does death mean for 50 remote control planes, right? Because if a plane goes down and there's a person controlling that plane, do they not have the option to get another machine and control that machine? Whereas with each of these hamsters, whichever you debilitate will remain debilitated, right? There's no, okay, 10 other hamsters are going to grow in this spot, right? So for one, nobody wants to fight to the death, right? 50 remote control planes over 1,000 hamsters. 50 represents faith, right? 5 is obey, 0 is infinity, right? It speaks of the divine and the presence of the divine. So obeying the presence of the divine is having faith, right? And then we have 1,000 hamsters. We know 1 is ask for it. Ask what needs to be done. Ask if this is necessary. And then fully confide in the 000s that come after the 1. Because that is the Holy Trinity, in a sense, shielding you and those around you. Okay? So just based on numerology, it's like, would you rather just have blind faith running into a situation, or would you prefer having divine guidance? Okay, because 1,000 hamsters fighting to the death. Are the hamsters going to attack you? Are hamsters carnivores? No, but the people in control of the remote control planes, they can see and kind of think on a plateau that you're on, and then move to a plane that you wouldn't be able to get to because you're too busy focusing on all these other plateaus that are attacking you. Okay, so I'm not going to create another scenario for you because I feel like this one is truly self-explanatory. So which would you prefer? 50 remote control planes or 1,000 hamsters? Okay, I would say leave it in the comments, but no, let me know energetically. I know based on my deduction which one I would pick, but again, it's based on my deduction. So definitely energetically let me know which one you would pick. Okay. 2, would you prefer to taste test the new ice cream flavor salmon sorbet or dirty coins and cream? Okay, so for one, is the salmon cooked or is it not cooked? If it's a sorbet and it's icy, I don't think it's cooked. And then for two, dirty coins and cream. It's like, just think of it like a dirty penny. You rubbing a dirty penny and then eating food, finger food, right? Just gross. Now, the major difference between these is that one comes from a live animal and the other one doesn't. So if we're talking about frequency, right? Since one has a root that is not strictly bacteria, it's of a higher vibration. So you with the sorbet, you would be eating something that's higher vibrational than the dirty coins, right? And then also with the dirty coins and the salmon, this is what they have in likeness. It would be that metally taste, right? Could be the iron in both of them, but it's just that the taste of metal, where salmon would be more subtle and have a stronger fish taste or smell. The dirty coins would have a stronger iron, right? And it would smell more like dirt. Now, do you have a soft palate or do you have a soft stomach? That would really tell whether or not the salmon would be for you or the dirty coins, because I know a lot of people who take in bacteria, their body goes into shock almost immediately. So their body attempts to purge the bacteria, right? Through sweating, through other excretions. Like, that is the whole point. Whereas with the salmon sorbet, your body would digest it as if it was another food, right? It wouldn't think of any, although your mind is not truly processing how, like, salmon, something that is supposed to be a meal, can be turned into a snack or like a dessert snack, or just, I don't know, like a dessert appetizer, like I don't know how you would explain it other than something dessert like. Okay, that would be what you have to wrap your mind around. But I think that would be easier for your mind and stomach to say, okay, we're shifting this food group into a different food group. Then we're shifting this material into a food group. You get what I'm saying? So take your pick on that. I'm going to fully be subjective there, because they don't say you get to keep the dirty money. So, all right. Now with these, okay, would you prefer to smoke 100 cigarettes nasally? So literally have one in each nostril, sucking them jokers in. Or would you prefer to tongue clean 10 blocks worth of New York City's public phone mouthpieces? Ooh. So this is the difference between 100 cigarettes a day, you taking on bacteria that, or not, you taking in toxins from Mother Nature, right? That could potentially kill your system, right? Potentially give you cancer. Opposed to you taking in bacteria that is from Mother Nature, that is from the people that are around you, that is from animals, that is from machinery, that's from a whole bunch of substances that our bodies would deem as foreign, right? Alien. It wouldn't deem it as something that is natural, right? That has the same composition that, you know, our breakfast would have. So since that's the case, if you want to go into numerology, we have 100 cigarettes, where the one again is ask for help. And then we have the 00, which is the signal of the mind and body that is protected by the spirit. Okay, the spirit, the third 0 is mind, body, and spirit. The spirit is not present there, right? So what they're saying is that your mind and body will have to be in full alignment with the cigarettes nasally, and your spirit may have to transcend in a different way. Okay, if your mind and body aligned with, you know, the cancer type of thing from the cigarettes. But then we have the 10 blocks over here of New York City's public phone mouthpieces, right? We have 1, which is ask for help, and then the 0, which is the mind having full understanding of what's going on. Okay? Now, full understanding because you're getting upgrades from the ethereal realm. So, to me, when it comes to the numerology in general, the 100 cigarettes is closer to that divine trilogy of the 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? Whereas 10 is a little bit farther than the 100. So, numerology, I would go with A. to, smoke or tongue something down. Personally, I enjoy smoking, so smoking would be the option for me. I don't enjoy smoking cigarettes. That's not my shtick at all. However, my body would be more open to smoking a different type of leaf because it's still natural, still comes from Mother Nature. The issue is the nicotine that's added to it, right? And the tobacco too, that's an issue. But the nicotine, because that is what offers the addiction component. Okay? So after these 100 cigarettes nasally, will you continue? Maybe not, because of all the pain of your nostrils. But then, two, now you have so much nicotine in your system. How are you able to purge? Right? So then, but B, you're licking phone mouthpieces. Public phone mouthpieces. I don't know how many people that still uses a public phone in New York. So that would be an ideal there. It's like, okay, well, the possibility for bacteria to still live and thrive on this surface after this amount of time and this weather, you should be okay, right? If you're taking your immunity vitamins and all these, eating the necessary foods for your body. But 10 blocks worth of it, also how many phone booths are on 10 blocks, right? So it really talks about deduction. Now, even though I would personally go with the smoking, I wouldn't want the addiction. And although I will personally go with the probability of not many phone mouthpieces being on 10 blocks of New York and not many people using those phones, I still wouldn't choose either. Okay, so I'm not going to choose for you. I'm just saying, yeah, so which one would it be? Okay, and then this would be the last one, right? So be unable to distinguish between hands and ears or between nipples and a TV remote. That's so interesting, because with nipples, there's usually two. And then a TV remote must have a lot of nipples, right? And then between your hands and your ears, your hands are what creates, and your ears is what hears about it. So you do something with your hands, and then you retain feedback or criticism on whatever thing. So like, you won't know the difference between your work and how other people feel about your work. Okay? Or you don't know the difference between nipples and a TV remote. Okay, well, this screams you don't know the difference between what pleasure is. Like, is pleasure in a spiritual sense of deepening and awakening? Or is it just for entertainment? Just for entertainment, just for something to, take up your time right now. It's not too important, but it's more important than absolutely doing nothing, right? So like, it's really like, which would you prefer? Would you have no respect for the gradation of what pleasure can be and what pleasure can do and can offer? Or would you prefer your actions or inactions to be only understood by you through the lens of other people, the perspective of other people? To be honest, I feel like that's the hardest one. What would I want my pleasure? Like, would I want to know the scale of pleasure, or would I really feel like being intimate with someone and watching a TV show be the same thing? Would that be okay? Or would that be more detrimental than me creating this entire reading and the importance only be based on what other readers or other, people who are in the energy, so the audience, what they all have to say about it?